Hey y'all, I'm Rose Love. Welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing something a little bit differently. I decided to set up outside. I don't have an altar. I don't have. I'm sorry. I don't have a workspace outside like I do inside. So I have already picked the cards for the reading, and I've looked at them. But this is a Cancer read. This is a 3-card spread love read for a 3-card love read spread, whatever. It's about love. I'm using 3 cards for Cancer. Okay. Um, so here's the deal. I read tarot. I get messages. I call them spiritual downloads about people. Sometimes it's kind of crazy. I'll walk by somebody and I'll just know stuff about them, and I'm like, why do I know this? Well, I used to be like, why do I know this? I'm not now. Now I'm like, oh, okay. I generally don't walk up to people and say, hey, I have messages for you, unless I'm told to, because not everybody is receptive to that kind of thing, and it could be a little creepy. It's a little weird. It could be for some people. For me, I would love it. I have a spiritual friend who she's always, listen, I gotta tell you something. Oh, girl, come on, tell me. Let me know what it is. Spirit is talking to you. I'm always willing to hear. So yeah, I also do Reiki. I do spiritual coaching. I've decided recently to kind of branch out into the internet and do it this way. Like I do it locally with, the people around in my local area. They come to me for readings and stuff like that. It's coaching. But I've decided to kind of branch out because, listen, I've been gifted and blessed with something, and I feel like I can really help people, and I'm all about the help. So it's always love, light, and healing and help here. You want a reading with me? Drop a comment. Let me know. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button for me, please. Hit like, subscribe. Like, I got some value. Listen, we gonna build a whole beautiful relationship, y'all. It's gonna be amazing. Now, this is a general read for Cancer. Okay, so let's go back to that part. This is a general read for Cancer. So you know what? If this energy doesn't resonate with you, let it fly. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. If it does resonate, great, because this is a general read. It's not going to necessarily be that for everybody who watches this video. Okay. But generally generally Cancer, not Pisces, generally Cancer, this is where the reading that I'm getting in your life. Okay. So the first card that I pulled was the Page of Swords, right? Look at that guy. He's just there being all pagey like. The Page of Swords talks about delays. It talks about conflict, right? So if you're in a relationship and you are arguing with your person, and you seem to constantly be arguing, I need you to take a step back and really look at what you're arguing about. Things that are real and true, because people should always speak their truth. I'm always speak the truth, right? It's crazy because speaking your truth isn't even necessarily for the other person. It's for you to speak your truth. Everybody should speak their truth. Now, how somebody else handles your truth, that's on them. But your truth is your truth, and that's okay. Always speak your truth. Now, however, we do get into petty arguments. We get into arguments over something that's ridiculous. People have a lot going on in their lives. They're stressed out, they're tired, they're angry, they're hungry, whatever. And he left the light switch on, or she didn't wash the dishes, and now this is petty. Listen, guys, let me tell you something. The dishes didn't get washed. They'll be there tomorrow. You can wash them in the morning. Obviously, she was tired, or he was tired. They were tired. They couldn't get to it. They had some other things going on, right? It's not that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you're never washing dishes, okay, to each his own. But, petty things that are petty. He didn't turn the light off. Okay. All right, that happens sometimes. Or there was a sock left on the couch. That sucks, right? Yeah, but is it really worth having a big blowout over? If it's something that happens all the time, okay, fine. But is it really worth having a big blowout over? And that's what you need to think about when you're arguing. Are these arguments that you're having, are they petty arguments? If they are, let them go. Don't engage in petty arguments. There's no point to it. It takes you off that high vibrational plane. And we always want to be on a high vibrational plane, because when we're on a high vibrational plane, we manifest high vibrational things, all right? So that means everything that you want, that's on that high level, you get. You already have it, right? Like somewhere in some other universe, some other realm, whatever, you have these things. In this current realm, universe, you have these things. You just have to allow them to come to you. And that's about being on a high plane. That's being on a high vibrational level. That's being on the level of what you want. Right? See, I try to walk on a level of love at all times, because to me that's the highest level in my mind. right? I try to always be on a love vibration, a positive vibration, an abundant vibration. I want to be happy, right? So I'm happy within me. And that means whatever's going on around me, it doesn't make me unhappy because I'm happy in here. That doesn't mean it doesn't bother me, right? Of course, I'm human, right? Yeah, so I'm human. I'm an energetic being having a human experience, but I'm human. Does that make sense? Right? Okay, so of course, some things bother me. We have feelings, we have thoughts, and that's okay. But if we're talking petty arguments, let those go. Don't engage in those. If you are expecting or waiting on something in your relationship, you need to understand it's going to take some time and have some patience. Don't force things. Don't force anything, and just kind of back a little bit. Just take some steps back and just be patient and wait. And just watch. If you're patient and you wait and you just watch on a level of, what's for me is for me, it'll work out, right? So you take a step back, no petty arguments, and know that if you're waiting on some new development, some type of growth in your relationship or some new development, there are delays. That is going to be delayed, and you're asking at this time to be patient. If you're single, listen, baby, get out there. Okay, you have to go out. If you are looking for love, you have to go outside. You gotta go meet people. You gotta go socialize. Spirit's asking you to get out and go enjoy your life. Right now, you may not walk out the door tomorrow. Bam, run into the love of your life. You might, right? But that's not what Spirit's telling me. Spirit's telling me there's gonna be some delays. It's gonna take a while for this relationship to come, but it is coming. But in order to start that process, you have to get out the house. Cancer, baby, you gotta go outside and play. Like, get out. Go out and do your thing, right? Like, go enjoy your life. All right. My next card that I pulled up was the Four of Pentacles in reverse, right? So this talks about letting go of fear. This talks about letting go of any fears that you have when it comes to love, and it's going to talk about being that person who is at peace in play, and they're letting go of past resentments. This card tells me this is what you're doing, this is where you're headed, this is what you're heading to do, and we're letting go of fears, right? We are not resentful in 2022 for the rest of 2022. We're not resentful in 2023. We're letting go of our fears because fears stop us, right? Fears stop us from living an abundant life because we're afraid and we're blocking. So what we're going to get back in the universe are more things that make us afraid and being scared more and more, because that's what the energy that we're putting out. So we're letting go in fears. I'm sorry, there's like this little thing running around over here. So anyway, we're letting go of fears. So that's what you're gonna want to do in this case. Now, if you're a single Cancer, whatever relationship you were in before, if it was toxic and you're thinking about having thoughts of them again, don't do it. But I feel like you know that, right? I feel like you're in a place where you're like, yeah, that's totally toxic. That was a thing I didn't need to be a part of. And I am so glad I'm no longer in that situation. Keep that same energy, okay? Those thoughts of that past person, you know what it was. Don't go back there. It's toxic. If it was toxic for you, don't go back there, right? Keep on moving forward. So then we have the Fool card. And the Fool card talks about newness. It talks about new beginnings. It talks about growth, and it talks about being bold and passionate. So if you're in a relationship, and again, we already know that you're probably arguing and fighting, another thing to kind of turn things around is maybe do something you don't normally do, right? Maybe say, hey babe, let's go go-karting, right? Maybe you guys don't do something like that. Or let's go to nature walk. Maybe you don't do that. Or even if he or she or they or it or whomever is in a place where they're not really trying to reciprocate anything with you, go out and do your own thing. Go out and be bold. Enjoy life. This world is vast. There are so many things that we could be doing, and we get stuck in these day-to-day activities that we do because this is our life, this is what we know, this is our life, this is what we know. It becomes repetitive, right? A bit repetitive. However, this world is so huge, it's so big, it's so vast. Even going to, prime example, I used to read all the time. Read books constantly. I was probably reading like 3 to 4 books a week, all the time. I had a huge book collection. It was crazy. I probably had a good $5,000, $6,000 invested in books, paperback books, romance novels, horror, horror stuff, everything. Like I had so many books, college textbooks. I just loved to read, so I was always reading everything. And I stopped because I got caught up in this repetitive cycle of having to be a mom, having to go to work, having to be a significant other, and I had to make sure everything was cool, and I wasn't taking care of it, and I stopped doing the things that I needed to do for me. So I did get into this very dark place where I was like, everything sucks. Everything's bad. I had to pull myself out of it. One of the things I did to do that, I went to the bookstore. I took a day, and I was like, look, I'm out. I'll be home eventually. Everything's taken care of. I'm gone. I'm gonna go do me. I went to the bookstore. I went to Barnes and Nobles, and I sat down, and I got a coffee, and I perused the books, and I read the backs of books. Then I found two, and I went and I sat down and I read through them, and I enjoyed them. And I found the one I read like a couple of chapters of each, and the one that I wanted the most I bought and brought home with me, and I read it. So it was a kickback to getting back to the things that I love. You guys, it's very important to always be doing that. So with this full card, new beginnings. And this goes for in a relationship and if you're single, right? Like, because in a relationship, listen, this could be a new beginning to a turn of your relationship. It could be going a different way. If you guys have been arguing, fighting all the time, maybe this new boldness, maybe this new thing that you guys do will take that trajectory off in a different way, right? Now, maybe it's time for you two to separate. That's something you have to decide. I can't decide that for you. This is your life, right? Only you know what it really is and what's really going on. I can give you the energies. I can tell you what I'm feeling, what I'm perceiving, but you have to make those types of decisions and choices. So go be bold. Go out there. Let your light shine. Let your light shine, babies. Like Cancer, listen, I'm telling you, let your light shine. If you're single, go out there. Go do new things. Like we already talked about how you need to get out the house. You need to get out the house. With that, what was the Page of Swords card? Oh no, it was the I'm sorry, I'm looking through your cards again, you guys. It was a Four of it was, where did the card go? Hang on, sorry. I found it. There it is. This baby. If you're single with the Page of Swords, this baby right here, you need to get out. You need to go do your thing, and you need to go enjoy life. Hello? Okay, so that's all I got for you today, babes. There will be more videos posted tomorrow. It's a little bit weird how today played out. Like, I went to do y'all's videos, I got a knock on the door, right? Because I had ordered Instacart for groceries, right? Just some groceries. And so I'm like, oh, I got time. And then they were early, so I was like, okay, let me redo the Cancer video. Sat down to do it again. Knock on the door. Oh, babe's home. Okay. So yeah, so love and light, peace and blessings, all those good things. Don't forget to like, you guys, and subscribe, and pass this video along if you like the content. And if you are interested in a Reiki read, if you are interested in some spiritual coaching, my coaching courses, there's a package, and I pretty much try to give people deals, because I think that when you're there to heal people, help, because I don't heal people have to heal themselves. But when I'm there to help, assist, and guide, and be there for someone, it shouldn't be so ridiculously expensive. People can't afford it. Like, come on now, that's not cool. So there's a package deal that comes with that. And my readings, there are different levels of readings. So if you would like to take this journey of healing with me, because yeah, it's a beautiful journey to be on, and I am happy to assist always, hit me up. Leave a comment, hit thumbs up, find me on Facebook. I have a page on Facebook called Spiritual Connections. So yeah, guys, have a great day. One love.